Hi, everyone. How are y'all doing today? Woo. Okay, so I'm Vivian. Oh, wait, we've done this. Okay, so I just got off a really long flight, and also I missed my sister's graduation for this. So I'm kind of just, anyway, it's a good day. It's a really good day. So here's our other mics.
Thanks.
And Julian and I will share this one. Yeah, and so today we're going to explore the multi-chain future with Dora. And so, okay, if you're here today, you know that multi-chain is the future, okay? But right now, it's overly complicated. Yes, and so, like, we all know. Next. Okay, so right now, like, instead of going to one site, going to 2 sites, going to 3, you're going to multiple sites to bridge. Like, and it's overly complicated, but it doesn't have to be that way. And so let's talk about how Dora can make it simpler. We're building an Explorer designed for the multi-chain future. And I'm going to hand this off to Julian, our amazing designer, who will talk more about what we're thinking.
Awesome. So, yeah, like Viv said, if you want to go to a bridge transaction right now, you have to go to 1 block explorer minimum, but most likely to see all the individual transactions, you have to go to 3 separate block explorers, and that's not only a pain, but block explorers right now are set up in a way that's not very human readable or friendly to new users of crypto. So you can see here at Dora, what we're trying to think of as a way to describe transactions in a way that's simpler and more friendly for new users to see, as well as showing them all in the same space. So let's say you're going to a wallet that exists on multiple IBC chains, and maybe also has an associated EVM address. On Dora, you can see transactions that interface with all of the separate wallets, all in the same place, all in line with one another. So you can establish that context for each transaction. To do this, the way that we're showing transactions is a bit different from what you might see today on an existing block explorer. So right now, you go to a block explorer, you might see a table of data. At best, you might see a verbose, written description of a transaction. We want to make it so that you can scan many transactions at once, and you see human-readable, sort of tags for each transaction. And here, a couple, more traditional transaction types. You see avatars generated for each address, so that you can match addresses across different chains. And of course, you see things like what chain that existed on, because we are a multi-chain block explorer. Here you can see a few more of these sort of transaction notation types. I think what's special about these is that even though they're graphical in nature, you can read each one like a sentence, essentially. So, for instance, in this bridge one, you can see you're bridging from something on Avalanche, some USDC over to this Cosmos address, and you're using Axelar to do it. You can take and add information to that as much as you want, but the important thing here is that when you read it out loud, it reads as a sentence, and you can scan them easily because of the visual elements. But of course, Dora will have that traditional block explorer view too. So the further you want to go into Dora, the more you'll be rewarded with additional data. You can see here, sort of, as you were to scroll down a transactions page, at the top is still somewhat, more of an abstracted view of what a transaction would be. But you scroll down, you get those individual token transfers, and the further you would scroll down, you would get things like the gas limit, et cetera. One other thing I'd like to call out here is that Dora shows those dApps that you're using, that each transaction uses. And this allows people, when they're going to view someone's transaction, not just to see what's the pertinent information of the transaction, but also what do they use? Maybe you want to go use that too as you explore a chain. And that will just make this ecosystem better for everyone. And I'm going to hand it off to Stella, our wonderful engineer.
So to accomplish all this, we're building a bunch of new chain indexing infrastructure and a unified data model to try to make all of this reusable, right? So we want to be able to say, okay, we have a Cosmos chain, a Substrate chain, an ETH fork, whatever. And if there's one of those, we can instantly create a new one. Spin it up. Closer to you. Got it. And so basically we're trying to index every chain that has users and has interest and put it in a unified way where we can reuse it. As part of this sort of modular indexing technology, we're also including reusable pieces of UI and API layers so that spinning up a new chain is trivial and really easy to do. Basically trying to be like Google of all the chains on the back end. And that's it for me.
Jim, up to you.
I was told that I was doing slides 10 through 14. So how are we building this? Yeah, so the way we're thinking about this is in a couple of different ways. But the first thing that we want to do is demonstrate the ability to do this work that essentially has never really been done before. When you look at chain, and so we're focusing on 3 chains right now. What are you pointing at? Oh, okay. Well, we're building, I wasn't sure if where we were going to, sorry. So we're building this for 3 focuses. Substrate right now, Cosmos, and the EVM. And so the way that we're thinking mostly about this is like, how do you show explorers not only across chain, but we haven't even seen an explorer that can show substrate and EVM in a single explorer. So I guess we're not moving. You don't want me to talk about that right now?
No, just keep going, keep going. That was great.
Okay, so we're focusing on 2 chains and a bridge at first for our MVP that ultimately will show exactly the capabilities of what Dora can explore. And we'll do that through, our first chain is going to be Moonbeam, which we'll be very excited to show everybody soon. And so what that will show is like the ability to index both the EVM as well as the substrate. The second one is going to be Osmosis, which will allow us to show that we can still index the EVM, but now also Cosmos chains. The Cosmos EVM. Cosmos VM.
And then with those 3.
And then, what's that?
With those 3, we can index and show in one unified UI.
Yeah, one UI on Dora. So we'll search one address, right? One EVM address, and you will get transactions in a single thread across 3 protocols. Awesome.
Beautiful.
And so we have a team that's been building this, hard at work. This is the Dora team here, led by Viv and Bunny as the founders. There's Viv.
I can talk so much about every single person on this slide, and I won't bore you with the details, but actually I will bore you. Okay, not bore. So Bunny is amazing. Dan is amazing. Okay, Dan. Okay, like Nims is amazing, Rachel's amazing, CPU is amazing, Stella's amazing, Julian's amazing, Kitty's amazing, and Anne's amazing. And they're all amazing in their own way. Okay.
That wasn't boring. That wasn't boring.
All right, so like let's hype each and every one of them up. Stella has indexed Sol. She's an amazing engineer, early Unity. Stella's right here.
Yeah, that's me.
Julian is an amazing designer from Instagram. Kitty and Anne are amazing designers who once designed with FWB, and also Dan does smart contracts, extremely smart, Constitution DAO core member. Nim is an MEV expert, does it all, amazing. Rachel actually was a CTO of a crypto company that failed during the last bear market, but like has been doing dev work in crypto for over 6 years. And so our team is just like incredibly strong. CPU, ex-Instagram, ex-Facebook engineer who also worked at Tezos before. So. And
there's like one other person that she didn't mention, which is Vivian Fong. And so Vivian, former Instagram.
Yeah, she sucks though. Whatever.
No, so Vivian's like ex-Instagram, Google, right?
Apple.
And Apple.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah, so very excited, very cool group. And then we have advisors as well. What you'll notice about the advisors that we have are not only are they well known, some of them are in this room. And really what we're looking for is sort of like a group of folks that can help us think about the multi-chain in a like cohesive way. We're excited to have, I'm on there too, although not by name. And so, yeah.
All right. All right, does anyone have any questions? Does anyone? When index Osmos? Well, that's that's an answer Osmos can answer. Like, oh, sorry. So.
Soon, hopefully. We haven't done it yet, but we have like started trying to spin up our node and stuff. So, So
we're a public good, and we believe in that, and so we actually we index and we build through grants, and so that means the Osmosis team and us have to talk. And so if y'all work with us, we can make that happen sooner than later. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's an Osmosis Grants program, which is absolutely incredible. I think Lee and Derek spoke earlier today on a panel. Interestingly enough, I will have to probably remove myself from that vote. I am one of the people that are on the multi-sig for the Osmosis Grants program. But we're excited to see that grant proposal come in. Yeah. So hopefully soon. I think the idea is that I think something like this project is super important, and it's important for a number of reasons. It's only going to become more and more important once interchain accounts really unlock the complete capabilities of what can be done within the Cosmos. So when you start to think about a wallet address that's in the Cosmos that can trigger transactions on Osmosis or buy an NFT on Stargaze, you're going to need something like what exists today will not suffice and provide you what you're going to need in the future. So we're building towards making sure that when things are off and running for interchain accounts, that everyone's gonna come to Dora.
Okay. Yeah.
Any other questions?
Yeah. Cool. Thanks, everyone.
Oh, sorry.
Thanks.
One more
there's
question.
another question.
Is there something about IBC that is more difficult to index than Substrate or EVM based chains?
No, not particularly. Substrate does provide a couple tools that make it easier, but it's not really anything in the data that makes it harder. It's still pretty standard. I think there aren't existing mature tools for archiving all of the IBC messages the chain has received, at least that I found. So I think the tooling is a little less mature, but fundamentally the data process is similar, because as long as the chain supports the core Tendermint indexer, you can get most things you need.
Yeah, in the back.
Vivian?
Yeah, you forgot to count yourself and tell yourself that you are also amazing.
Thank you.
Just in case you forgot, I'm sorry.
I forget that every day, so thank you. Needed. Okay, thank you so much for letting us on the stage. If you have any other questions, let us know. We're going to be in the crowd. We'll be here. Yeah, thanks for giving us your time.
Thanks, everyone.